Okay, so we're going to be doing a live video tonight, and we're going to be talking about what you can see on screen, which is your biggest obstacle to success. Okay, so we can all have many things that we feel that are stopping us from succeeding, but I'm just going to talk about one today. So I'm going to talk about the one thing that's getting in the way of you actually doing what you fucking said you were going to do. So what is it? So I'm using an example that I found was stopping me in my life and in what I wanted to do. So the same thing kept occurring over and over and over again that was stopping me from succeeding. So whether it be doing what I want to do, going after what I wanted to go after, just one thing kept cropping up. And most of the time, I feel like if it's happening to me, it's probably happening to a lot of other people. And one of the biggest issues is the fact that most of us don't talk about our problems. Most of us don't talk about the shit that's going on. We like to portray that everything's going right, everything's going the right way. We have no problems. Because let's be real, who wants to be perceived as things not going right? Not really anybody. So, like I said, we're going to talk about the biggest obstacle to your success. Okay, and I'm using me as an example. For something that was holding me back over and over and over again. See, when we're about to start anything, whether it be starting to lose weight, join a gym, whatever it may be, a new job, whatever it may be, what we do is we tend to look forwards, okay, instead of looking backwards. See, what a lot of us don't consider, we don't consider the fact of whatever our goal is, why don't we already have it? So why don't you already have what you said you want? Why isn't it already in your life? And I can guarantee you that what I'm about to talk about is the same for you as it was for me, as it is for me, okay? So, what is the biggest obstacle to your success? So most people say time, people say money, people say skill level. There's loads of different things, but the thing that I'm going to be talking about tonight is fear. Okay? A lot of us like to think that we're indestructible, we're unfazed, and we're not scared of anything. Now, what I'm going to talk to you about is what I'm doing right now. See, Facebook Live. See, for a lot of people, public speaking is fucking daunting. It is scary. But what is fear? So fear, for me, I've put down a little acronym. So that's false evidence appearing real. See, when we are thinking about things, we're thinking about things that might happen. Okay, so we think about what could possibly go wrong. And usually it's us just trying to predict the outcome of something. Okay, so it could be like, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm not good enough, everyone will look at me, they're going to laugh, I'm going to be the worst, all those type of things. But there's no actual evidence to say that that's true and that's going to happen. It's just that we build up this big story in our head that basically things are going to go wrong. And we do it over and over and over again. We tell ourselves and we concentrate on all the shit that could possibly go wrong instead of thinking about what if things go right? What if I just do what I said I was going to do and things go the way I want it to go? Instead of, like me, so like when I come on Facebook Live, Sometimes I worry about fucking up, getting things wrong, not making sense, people judging me, getting negative comments, all those type of things. So it's just natural, okay? But you do have a choice, because most of the actions that you want to take, you wanting to take them because it's going to help you go from A to B. And that's from where you currently are to where you want to be. So that's the reason why you're taking the action in the first place. So by this fear clouding your judgment and stopping you from doing what you wanted to do, ultimately you're just going to stay where you are. Okay? Ultimately, you're just going to stay where you are. And what I want you to think about is, let's talk about weight loss, because most of you are here to transform your body, lose weight, lose fat, whatever you want to call it. So is weight loss a mindset or a skill set problem? Okay, so is it a mindset or a skill set? So what I'd have you to consider is, does everyone know how to lose weight? Yes, they fucking do. And if they say they don't, they are lying. Okay, does everyone know roughly what's good and bad foods? Yes. Okay, so losing weight and transforming your body isn't a I don't know what to do problem. It's just I can't fucking do it problem. I might be able to exercise once every couple of weeks, but I just can't do it consistently. I might be able to have one healthy meal every now and again, but I just can't have it consistently. I just can't consistently do what I said I was going to do. Because I guarantee you right now, if you just did what you said you were going to do the first time you were going to do it, where would you be right now? Okay, where would you be right now? I guarantee, especially with fitness, if you'd never quit on your first diet, and you'd never quit on the first time you joined a gym, boot camp, trainer, whatever, I wonder what shape you'd be in right now. And I wonder what impact that would have had on your life. So, well, fear is false evidence appearing real. Because like I said, what we do is we sit there and we think about everything that can possibly go wrong. And no wonder we take no action, because we basically scare the shit out of ourselves. And we bully ourselves into a corner. Because if I sat there thinking, right, everything's going to go wrong, this is going to go wrong, that's going to go wrong, they're going to laugh, they're going to judge me, I can't do it, I'm not good enough. And you wonder why you don't take action. Okay? Because these messages that you're sending into your brain are just constantly negative. And all you're hearing from, and the worst person for it is fucking yourself. Is you. Because you're the one that's telling yourself it. You're the one that's telling yourself that you can't do it. You're good enough. You're not good enough. Okay? So, like I said, Facebook Live is one of the things that I was scared of, especially when I first started off. Because, like I said, these are the common things why people don't do stuff. Is because the fear of looking stupid, criticism, me getting out, this is for me, but wrong information and being judged. But I want you to think the fact that you are going to get judged no matter what. People judge. If you're overweight, people judge you. And if you are in fucking fantastic shape, people judge you. So if you're overweight, people say, they're lazy. Why don't they get off their arse? Why don't they eat less? All that type of shit. And if they're in great shape, they'll say, oh, look at him showing off. They're full of themselves. So it's funny, isn't it, that either way, whether you take action or don't take action, you will get judged. Okay? So like me with Facebook Live. Now, Facebook Live's a crucial part of my business because I like to connect with the people, our audience, people that follow us, and our gym members. And it's an easy way for me to pass on messages. Now, if I just sat there and thought about doing Facebook Lives, I wonder where thinking gets you. Because I guarantee you, the longer you think about doing something, the bigger the story becomes in your head not to do it. If you just do it, and it's easy for me to say that right now, just do it. Just do it. What is the worst that can happen if you join a gym? What is the worst possible scenario that can happen? That you're going to walk in and people might look at you. You might be the last in the class. But what's really the worst case scenario? Versus, so your action versus your no action. So what's the worst case scenario of joining the gym versus your worst case scenario not joining the gym? Because the problem is that most of us want results, but we're still doing and living and acting the same way. So how is it possible for us to get results if we're still doing exactly the same stuff day in, day out? And I've said this to my clients over and over again. I've said, if you're one of those people that are constantly telling friends, family, partner, work colleagues that you're unhappy and you want to lose weight, and you've been saying it for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and nothing's changed, trust me, people that are around you get bored shitless listening to you. They might not say it because they don't want to offend you, but people get bored shitless of someone saying the same stuff over and over and over again and not do anything about it. They're just polite. Okay, they're just polite to you, but they get bored of it. Now, to change your results, you have to change your habits. You have to change what you're doing. And firstly, you've got to clear this big obstacle that's in your head, and that's the fear of everything going wrong and looking stupid and being judged. So let's just quickly look at how the brain works. So the brain basically works upon survival. Okay, so the brain's primary job is survival for you, your body. So when you start a new experience, or you're thinking about joining the gym, or you're thinking about starting a diet, or you're thinking about joining a program, whatever it may be, a new job. So that where you're currently at is safe. So when you start a new experience or you think about something new, the brain automatically throws out that it wants to protect you at all costs. So anything new is uncomfortable to you. Okay, so it's uncomfortable to you. Anything new, like I said, joining a gym, starting something fresh, puts you out of sync. So it basically causes the body to have and the mind to have doubt, stress, anxiety, and worry. And like I said, along with the fact of you telling yourself that you can't do it, you're not good enough, and I'm scared of being judged, throw in doubt, stress, anxiety, and worry about it all, and no wonder people don't take any action, okay? Because the brain basically is built for survival, and it doesn't like new stuff. It's there to protect us. And like I said, when we bring in new experiences, they're scary. And like I said, it brings in doubt, stress, anxiety, and worry. And that just adds to the fact of why we don't take any action. Okay, so what we tend to do is when we're looking to start something, we look forward. We try to predict what's happening, what's going to happen. Okay, now, if you were that good at predicting, you would have done the lottery 1,000 times over by now and won the jackpot 1,000 times over. But you're not good at predicting what happens. The problem is with predicting is we predict safely. So we predict that I'm not going to do well. I might not do it. I'm not going to hit the weight. And do you know why we do that? It's to play safe. Because a lot of us don't like to make big goals. We don't like to aim high just in case we don't hit the goals. But when we're predicting, we basically predict off the fact of who you were. So who you were, past experiences. Okay, so just because you didn't achieve something once at some time in your life, it doesn't mean that you can't achieve it now. Just because you failed once at a diet, it doesn't mean you're going to fail again. It's just that at one point in your life, life might have been different. It might have been harder. It might have been tougher. You might not have had as much time, money, whatever it may be. But just because you didn't do it once, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. I always think of the advice that I would give to one of my boys. Okay, so say for example, they're learning to cycle their bikes, and they fell off the first time. Imagine me as a parent saying, okay, well, that's it. You can't cycle. Let's stop. Let's move on to something else. The thing is with parents is we tell our kids, oh, get back on the bike, keep trying, keep having a go, don't quit. But why can't we have that same mentality for ourselves? So we tell our kids, you need to keep going, keep pushing, don't stop. But why haven't you got the same mentality for yourself? What about if you kept pushing? Where would you be right now? What about if you didn't stop? Where would you be right now? What if you just kept going to the gym, kept at your diet? Where would you be right now? I guarantee you you'd be in a better position than you are right this second. So like I said, when we're about to start something new, we generally try and look forward and predict what's going to happen. And unfortunately, most of us are really negative and we predict all the bad shit, which causes doubt, anxiety, stress, overwhelm. These are reasons why we don't act. And add into that, don't even forget about the people that are around you. So imagine, you're already filling your head full of shit that you can't do. And then all of a sudden you've got your friends, your work colleagues, your partner telling you, no, I don't think you can do it. So all these messages are telling you that you can't do it. So no wonder the fear of starting is that great that we don't actually even start in the first place. So mindset, like I said, the mindset is there to protect us. So generally we think about everything that can go wrong, so we do nothing. Okay? We do absolutely nothing. And the problem with doing nothing, the only way you can get out of the situation that you've got yourself in. Now I'm talking to people that are unhappy with their body, unhappy with their health, their fitness, their strength. The only way you can get out of the situation that you have got yourself in, because no one else has got you in it, only you, the only way you can get yourself out of it is by action. Because nobody I know has ever thought themselves thin. No one I ever know has hoped themselves fitter. Okay? It's only action that can take you away from where you currently got yourself in. And the problem is that some of us have put on that much weight, our fitness has got that bad, and the messages that we're sending ourselves are the fact that we can't do it, we're not good enough, everyone's going to laugh, I'm going to be the worst. And then all your friends around you are telling you that, have you ever been in this scenario that you've put on weight and you know you've put on weight, you don't feel very great, but all your friends tell you look great. Now, the problem with that is that your friends and your family, they're not the best people in the world to take advice from because they care and love you. So they're not really going to say anything bad. Okay. Now, if you've put on a bit of weight and you're not happy and you want change, you want people that are going to encourage you into it. And people that are going to say, yeah, okay, you need to change. Let's go. Let's start something new. Okay. But like I said, so many of us I think about everything that can go wrong, and I bet you can think of examples in your life. Think of examples in your life that you've thought about something that you want to do, and you've left it 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, and all of a sudden in that time, you're just thinking about everything that can go wrong. And I do it as well. I think about, if I bring out a new course, what if it doesn't sell? So I didn't do it. I remember I had one of my most famous courses, which is our transformation course. I had that all set up probably 5 to 6 years before I launched it. Why didn't I launch it? I don't exactly know, but it probably had something to do with fear of failure, fear of it not working. But where did that get me? It got me nowhere. It got me nowhere. Every time you start something, and whether you hit your goal or don't hit your goal, there's lessons from everything. So say, for example, you go to the gym, you join the gym, and your goal is weight loss, and you start a regime, and you start a new eating plan, and you don't lose any weight, then at least you know, okay, well, the lesson from that is I'm not going to quit, but I know what doesn't work for me, so I'm not going to do that again. The stupid people out there, okay, I'm going to call you stupid because it is stupid, are the people that continue doing something and continue living a certain way and have certain habits and certain lifestyles that aren't serving them and giving them the results they want, and they continue to do it. But they bitch and moan about the outcomes, but they still continue to do it. How many of you are guilty of setting the same goal on January the 1st, setting the same New Year's resolutions for like the last 5-10 years? So why haven't you got it? Why haven't you done it? So what we do, like I said, is we think about everything that can go wrong, so we do nothing. And then what we do, which is even worse, is we seek convenient comparisons. Okay? So what we do is we say, okay, well, I haven't lost any weight, but I'm not as bad as her. I'm not as fat as him. I'm not as slow as them. I don't eat as much as them. We conveniently compare ourselves against people who are worse off than us, because then we can say, well, we're not as bad as them. But the problem with that is that still doesn't solve the fact that you are unhappy with where you are at. You recognize you're unhappy with where you're at, and you know you need to take action, but you're not taking any action, and you're just filling yourself with negativity, doubt, overwhelm, stress, anxiety, all these type of things. So you don't end up doing anything. And it can become a vicious circle, not just in the gym. It can be in your work life, your relationships, can be in anything. So, suffer alone, okay? So, do you think by you not taking action, it just affects you? So, I know that everybody that I've come across that has lost weight, become leaner, stronger, fitter, has also become more confident. And what does confidence do? It opens up the doors to new possibilities, because when you're feeling better about yourself, you go after more, you do more, you want more. So by you staying where you're at, if you're unhappy with your body, your health, your fitness, by you staying there and accepting it, you're going to miss out on a whole shitload of experiences in your work life, in your relationship, success with your finance, future choices, going after things that you want. Because that's what feeling good about yourself does. It makes you want more. Okay? And every time, for example, you go to the gym or you eat a healthy meal, you are going to feel a little bit more confident. You're going to get closer to the results that you say you want. And also, that's going to start having improvements in each area of your life. So, action versus no action. Okay, so I already clarified the fact that the only way you can get out of where you're at is by action. Okay? Because if you take no action, you'll be in the same place with the same thoughts, with the same results. We all know those people, don't we? The ones that have been talking about change, talking about getting fitter, talking about getting stronger, talking about joining a gym. And the thing about talking about things, it's the same as wishing and hoping. It gets you fucking nowhere. Gets you absolutely nowhere. Because like I said, nobody's talked themselves fitter and thinner. So what I want you to think about is, imagine if you can act. Imagine if you can just do the work in spite of your thoughts, feelings, and moods. Okay? What's the one thing that stops you going to the gym? It's usually your thoughts, your feelings, or your moods. It's, I can't be arsed, I've had a long day, I'm tired. What about if you could just do that anyway? Okay? What about if you could just do that anyway? Because like I said, I guarantee one of the biggest things that is stopping you from being successful is your thoughts, your feelings, and your moods. So to overcome the biggest obstacle, especially in my life, and it's probably the same one in yours, which is fear, you need to look at 3 areas. So that's environment, so that's the people you listen to and the places you hang about. Okay, if you want something different, you've got to be somewhere different. You've got to be around people that are different. You've got to be around people that want what you want, that have got what you want. Okay, there's no point hanging around with people that are just constantly telling you of everything that can go wrong. Because like I said, changing your body and doing something new is hard enough anyway. I've told you about how the brain fights anything new, and we fill ourselves full of stress, anxiety, overwhelm with anything new anyway. So making any change is hard enough as it is, without friends, family, work colleagues telling us that we can't do it. You failed in the past, so why do it again? Barbara down the road failed, so if she failed, you must fail. Whatever it may be. Okay? You've got to put yourself around people that want the best for you, and they don't put a cap on your limitations. And unfortunately, you might have to lose some people in your life. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. Because trust me, the more successful you become, because people like you to be successful until you become more successful than them. That's guaranteed. People like you to be successful until you become more successful than them. And then when you become more successful than them, you might have noticed it if you've ever lost weight, transformed your body, or done something great. The claws come out. Because like I said, people like you to be successful until you're more successful than them. So environment, think about the places that you're spending most of your time and the people that you're listening to. What type of messages are they telling you? Are they telling you that you can do it, it's possible? Or they're telling you that you can't do it, you're not good enough? Think about the people in your life. Also question your beliefs. Okay, this is one of the big things that I do, is some of the times when I think I can't do it, I just ask myself this one question: is it true? So whatever it may be, is it true that I possibly can't do it? So when people talk about I can't lose weight, is it true? Is it? Are you that one person on the planet that can't lose weight? That's bullshit. Or I haven't got time. Is it true? Is it true that you haven't got 20 to 30 minutes to exercise? No. And most of the questions you ask when you question your beliefs and thoughts about yourself, generally, they won't be true. Okay? So question your beliefs. Question why you think the way that you think. Because sometimes you think the way you think because you've been passed on a message, or you've been told by someone 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years ago. But you're a different person now. And also take action. Like I said, many of us have sat in bed thinking about what we want to do, what we want to achieve. Now, just staying in bed isn't going to get you that result. You've got to take some type of action, and it's got to be consistent daily action that you're going to be able to repeat over a long period of time. Because listen, most of us didn't get fat overnight. We don't get fat overnight. Okay? How do we get fat? Well, we ate too much and we moved too little over days, weeks, months, and years. So we had a consistent bad habits. So what do we do to reverse that? We do consistent good habits. So that's exercising and eating the correct quantities every single day. And that's how we reverse the effect of gaining weight. But we need to take action. There's no point new. It's like the old fitness tampon where you go dead hard in the gym for 1 week. So you're in for 1 week, out for 3. It's no good. We need consistent, because exercise makes you feel good. Exercise produces many results. So if it does that, why wouldn't you want that every single day? So taking it back, the reason why I'm talking is one of the biggest obstacles that happened in my life is fear. And sometimes I got paralyzed by the fear of failure into what if things go wrong? So now my mindset is, what if things go right? What if things just go the way I want it to go? What if I get the results that I want? And how is it going to improve my life? And also the biggest question is if I know what I want and I take no action and do nothing about it, how is that going to make me feel in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Because I'm going to be in the same situation, thinking the same thoughts, talking the same shit to the same people over and over again, and nothing changes. And the only way that you're going to create change, and you have to create it, no one said it's easy, but you have to create it, and that's by taking positive daily actions. And I know that's not what you want to hear. People want to know that you can go and get these tablets from Sainsbury's off the shelf that'll automatically make you feel motivated and give you the results you want. Well, there are no tablets, there are no pills, there are no cleanses, there are no powders. Okay, the only way you can overcome a fear is by facing it. So whatever it is you're scared of, okay, and I'm telling you now, you might not want to admit it, but it is fear that's holding you back. So whether you think you're not good enough, whether you've been told you're not good enough, whether you worry about everything that's going to go wrong, okay, what if things go right? What if you joined the gym, you lost all the weight? How much would your life improve? What if you did go for that job and you actually got it? How would your life improve? What if you did go and speak to that person that you fancied for ages and asked them out? And what if they did say yes? Whatever it may be. But I guarantee you, taking no action will leave you where you are. And if you're currently unhappy with where you're at, then obviously you're doing yourself a disservice by, do you know what I mean? You only live once. You only get one time. And you don't want to look back in 10, 15, or like we do at the end of every year. We don't look back and think, oh, what if? Or I didn't do what I said I was going to do. That's another year where I've disappointed myself because I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And why didn't you do it? Ultimately, because you lack courage, and it's the fear that's gotten hold of you in here and stopped you from taking action. Okay, so hopefully this has helped you. And just, I want you to realize that you're not alone. People might tell you that they're fearless and everything's great, but I guarantee you the reason why most people aren't where they want to be in life is the worry that things will go wrong, they won't hit the results. So it's easier and more convenient to not take any action than worry about taking action and failing, when in fact any action is going to progress you and help you move forwards. So I'm off now, and thanks for listening in, and hopefully you've taken some type of lessons. But the biggest lesson is this, guys: do nothing, you get nothing. Do something and things will start happening.